Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Let's get ready for my second day of college classes. So, like I said, today is my second day, which also means that I have completely new classes because I'm actually taking 5. So I have 2 more today, and then I also have 2 that are online. So, I'm excited. Today I have one of my communication classes, and then I have intro to psychology, which I took because 1, I was interested in taking psychology, and then 2, they said it would be good for my major. So choir went well yesterday. The only thing that's an issue is we still really only have 10 people, which I don't know if any of y'all have ever been in a choir before, but y'all would know that that's not really the ideal number of people, just because to sound better, or to have a more full sound, you want more people. I don't really hear of a lot of only 10 people choirs. So that's the thing that's kind of an issue, is we don't have a lot of people in our choir. We're trying to recruit more people. The only thing is it's kind of hard when thing is I don't really know people. I have friends, but all of them are doing other things or wouldn't be interested, and then the only one who would be is not currently in college. They're taking a gap year, and I love that for them. So we don't think would be able to convince them to just take one class. But plus I don't even think that's how it works anyway. But yeah, so it went well. We were only really doing the basic stuff. We're there for a long time, so I think that we're gonna be able to get a lot done in that time. But we were just basically doing the basics, and then I have this class again tomorrow, so I could tell you guys more on Thursday. Yeah, I could tell you guys more on Thursday about how it went, and then I'll tell you guys tomorrow how today's classes went, because like I said, today I have 2, but I have to double check which one's first. I know which one's first, more or less, but I mean, I have to check which classroom I'm going to first, because they're in 2 different buildings, but I'm pretty sure, what I think in my head is right. So, one of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this, next, get ready with me, journey is, so if you know me from last year, you know that in a lot of my get ready with me's, I talked a lot about Drake and Josh and Drake Bell and stuff. Yeah, that's not changing. If you got sick of that, you're gonna get sick of me really fast. But what I mean is, there was new Drake Bell content that came out at the end of the year that I really wanted to talk about, and I just never got a chance to because I wasn't filming, which is really annoying. But it's a new year, and I really want to talk about them, so those are still going to be topics that are going to be intertwined. Also, I know this concealer is too light for me. You all don't need to tell me. So, for instance, one of the interviews that happened was Drake actually met with the Ned's Declassified cast, which, if y'all remember that from last year, they were the cast that claimed they hadn't seen Quiet on Set, but then made some really weird comment on a live stream. And my thing is, I actually don't know how it got to Drake. I can't recall, and I also can't recall if it says in the podcast. So if anyone's seen that podcast, let me know, because I actually don't remember if they mentioned how it got to Drake, because I know that someone found the thing and then posted it on somebody posted it on Twitter, and then it got to him through Twitter, but I don't know if someone tagged him or showed it to him or something, so I don't really know how that came about. But I just do know it came from Twitter. But if y'all don't recall that, I did talk about that on my channel, but basically, also you could go look it up, because it's kind of hard to explain, but not really. Basically, the Ned's Declassified cast had gone on TikTok live, and were I don't know what they were talking about prior, but somehow they got into the talk quiet on set. I think because they were also a Nickelodeon show, and so people just were like, what did you think of it, or whatever. Which, that in itself is not a bad question. Like, you can go ahead and ask other people, like, what they thought of it, because, like, I don't know, like, it is their lives, too. Like, that was their, like, childhood. You know what I mean? So, y'all can, like, go ahead and ask. But they claimed that, like, they hadn't seen it, yet made, like, outrageous statements. Sorry, I'm talking about a topic, and I like, don't want to hear exile while I'm talking about this. But I don't really want to hear the song either, but, like, it's okay. But basically, like I said, they somehow got on the topic of Quiet on Set and then commented about it, even though they were claiming they hadn't seen it. Let's just say these comments did not read as hadn't seen it. They basically were saying something like, they started making a joke about, I guess maybe like the content or what people were saying. I don't really know. And we're basically just saying, we're making a joke about, basically they were making a joke about sexual abuse, honestly. Which, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to know that that's a no-no. Like, an instant no-no. Like, yeah, doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that. And then, on top of that, you know, there was a real, like, victim of sexual abuse in the story who told their story. And then, right after that, they mentioned, they're like, oh yeah, no, the Drake Bell stuff was, well, they don't say stuff, but they're like, oh, the Drake Bell stuff was wild, man. Like, it was just effed up, man. Like, it was bad. And with the comment, it kind of like, it got back to Drake somehow. I really don't know how it did, but somehow it got back to him. And that's how he found it. And then he made a comment on his Twitter where he said, like, Ned's declassless. Well, anyway, if you guys know the moment, then y'all know what I'm talking about. But even if you don't, look it up and then you'll know what I'm talking about, because it's really not that hard to find. But I'm definitely going to be talking about the Ned's Declassified. Sorry, my blush brush went flying, but it's okay. Let's try this again. So, I will be talking about the Ned's Declassified podcast probably tomorrow, just because I'm kind of like low-key in a rush right now. So I'll probably talk about it tomorrow after I talk about how my day went. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, and then there's also some other podcasts that I definitely do want to talk about, and I'm going to tell you guys about them, like, in this video. So, another podcast that I didn't think was going to happen, but ended up happening, was Josh Peck actually had Drake Bell on his Good Guys podcast, which, again, I don't think any Drake and Josh fan thought this was going to happen, mainly because Josh just seems to want nothing to do with Drake. Yeah, that's changing, guys. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, they're doing stuff together, but we still don't know the intentions behind it. So, basically, for those who don't know, Josh Peck actually has a podcast called the Good Guys Podcast, or called Good Guys, with some other guy. I don't know who the guy is, so I can't make a comment on that. He's kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because I saw the podcast, and again, like I said, he's kind of annoying. But, I mean, I'm not one to judge, but, like I said, he's low-key kind of annoying. So, I don't think I would watch anymore. I watched that episode, and then I've seen bits and pieces of, like, an episode with John Stamos. Yeah, so, he had him on the podcast, and no one thought it was gonna happen. It was really interesting, because it kind of was like a series of events where, like, I think he followed Drake back on Instagram, because, like, I guess he used to follow him at one time, and then unfollowed him, and then, I guess, refollowed him. And then I found out through Reddit that there was, like, a trailer for the, And it was funny because I literally was like, oh no, there's no way that that was happening. Because I was like, why on earth would he do it? Because it just seems so random. And not to say that, like, they can't be random, but it just seemed, like, so random for him to just, like, have him on the thing. Like, there wasn't really anything going on. You didn't really hear anything. And it just kind of showed up and people found out about it, which, again, to me just seems random. So I found out when I was about to walk into my economics class. Because, again, high school senior, I was not, like, one of the adults that have kids or work or something like that. I was a kid who was about to go into class, and so I had to, like, contain my, like, excitement or confusion and everything. I literally wrote all of my feelings down on a post-it note, which sounds weird, but it was, like, the only way I could keep it in instead of, like, letting it all out. An interesting thing is that the viewers do get some more, like, insight. But if you guys are looking for an apology from Josh about, like, the wedding and that situation, and yeah, you're gonna be waiting a long time. It's not there. And I mean, mainly, like, just, like, I don't mean, like, the wedding in general. I just mean, like, because Josh was low-key kind of a jerk in those moments, and then the moments following when he was saying that Drake wasn't his friend. So if you're looking for an apology for that, you're not gonna find it. Okay, second setting spray. First setting spray, what am I saying? Okay, second setting spray. Okay, I'm gonna do lashes off camera, and I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, and this is the final look. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Jesus loves you. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.